Garcia, do you want to make any comments?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Chair, okay, members, we'll do this. We have a motion from Councilmember Aquino to defer. Is there a second? No second, the motion fails. Members, Chair will recommend approval of Resolution 10-56 CD1. The committee report will note the recommendation for an additional amendment as submitted by the Office of Wine Affairs. I think the proper way to do that is submit it as an FD1 on the floor. We'll consult with Councilmember Dela Cruz, the author of this resolution, and Councilmember Apo, the author of the CD1, if they want to so propose such an FD1 on the floor. With that, members, any objection? Noting an objection from Councilmember Aquino. It's ordered. Thank you very much. Moving on, agenda item number 5, resolution 10-63, urging the owner of the Honolulu Star-Bulletin to provide sufficient time to find a new owner for the newspaper to preserve 2 independent daily newspapers in the community. This measure was introduced by Councilmember Aquino by request, but I noticed they got 2 additional signatures. Councilmember Aquino, do you want a very quick introduction?
Yeah, I think it's good to have 2 newspapers to provide some opposing views. Anyway, enough said.
Thank you. I have no registered testifiers. Is there anybody here who would like to testify on resolution 10-63? Seeing no testifiers. Members, we're in discussion. Chair will recommend approval of this, although Chair will just note a general concern that the Honolulu City Council, generally speaking, does not get involved in the internal negotiations with any sale of any business. And I don't want this to set any sort of precedent of us. Sorry?
I think we passed this.
Councilmember Aquino is noting that the last time the Star-Bulletin came up for sale, but I don't want the council to get into the business of internal negotiation for the sale of any corporations as a general statement. Otherwise, yes. Well, more.
Councilmember Cachola.
Cachola, yeah. Councilmember Cachola.
Okay, I read in the papers that there are possible 3 bidders to buy the Honolulu Star-Bulletin. Do we really still need extension knowing that there are already 3 buyers?
Councilmember Cachola, I also don't know. I think you're going to have to ask Mr. Conrad Black as to the status of that. So I don't understand your point being made here that whether or not this resolution is even necessary. Why don't I do this? I will note that in the committee report.
Sure.
That there's already been 3 buyers.
Yeah.
This might be super.
And maybe to come up with an extension, I don't know if the 3 bidders will have some concerns about that, because then you're opening it up and then people come like it.
So
It's not fair to them.
Yes, we will so note that.
Okay.
Members, any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, members, are there any objections to resolution 10-63? Seeing no objections, it's so ordered. Moving on, agenda item number 6, resolution 10-64, relating to the initiation of a charter amendment related to initiative power and conforming amendments. I think we have a registered testifier. Yes, Ms. Mel. Bernice, we know who you are, but if you could just state your name for the record.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Bernice, City Clerk. I'm here to give testimony on Resolution 1064. Okay. Any questions?
So yeah, members, we have written testimony already submitted by the City Clerk. This measure is to clarify language in the city charter. It's related to the stop right now versus the Costa lawsuit to make things clear. Ms. Math, do you want to add anything beyond your written testimony?
I submitted today a proposed CD1
Yes.
to that resolution.
Right, your CD1 makes technical and conforming language changes, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Members, any questions for Ms. Mao? See no questions, Ms. Mao, thank you very much. Mr. Takahashi, did you want to testify? Okay. I have no further registered testifiers. Members, is there anybody here, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, is there anybody here who would like to testify on resolution 10-64? Seeing no additional testifiers. Members, Chair is going to recommend we amend resolution 10-64 to the proposed CD1 as submitted by the City Clerk's Office, making technical non-substantive changes to clarify some language. Is there any objection to so amending resolution 10-64? Seeing no objections, it's so ordered. Members, Chair is going to recommend we approve resolution 10-64 CD1 and send it out for second reading and a scheduling of a public hearing. Chair will note, because this is a charter amendment, I'm going to keep it the same pattern we're doing. We'll pass second reading and then bring back all the charter amendments together at one time, so we don't expect to see this per se back immediately. With that said, members, are there any objections to reporting out resolution 10-64 CD1 for second reading? Seeing no objections, it's so ordered. Moving on, agenda item number 7, resolution 10-74, expressing the council's position that the council's contingency allowance be eliminated. Members, I received notice from Councilmember Tam that he's no longer in support of this resolution. Consequently, the chair is not inclined to take this up unless any member wants to take this measure up. Okay, is there any member, I've noticed your testifiers, is there anybody here who would like to testify on resolution 10-74? Seeing no testifiers, members, chair is going to recommend, actually, I'm going to recommend we file resolution 10-74. Chair will note that if you want to eliminate the contingency fund, we can still talk to Councilmember Garcia and the Budget Committee and just zero it out in the budget. You don't need a resolution. Is there any discussion on this resolution? Councilmember Anderson.
Support your recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Councilmember Okino.
Yeah, I'm not supporting, I support it. Contingency fund is necessary to, to an extent. I mean, we need some support to do our job, okay? The problem is whether you use it properly or not. And I think we're taking the right steps to make sure that we all use that money in the right way and to help us do our job properly. So with that, I'll support filing it. Yeah, thank you.
Great. Members, any further comments on motion to file the resolution? Are there any objections? Seeing no objections, ladies and gentlemen, it is so ordered. Okay, members, moving on, agenda item number 8. This is going to be a little tricky, and I'm going to have to defer to the lawyers on how we handle this. What we have going on here, we also have a scheduled Kapiolani Park trustee hearing. There has been a request to pay legal fees related to a special master for the Kapiolani Park Trust, a special master report. But the Kapiolani Trust has no financial resources. I need to, I'm going to defer to the attorneys. Is it possible if I can adjourn and reconvene as the trustees to discuss this and then come back and reconvene and take this resolution? OCS, is that, or Corporation Counsel, may I do that? Mr. Suki from Corporation Counsel?
I'll just note that the Kapiolani Park trustees agenda is noted for 2 o'clock. So.
If we did that though at 1:40, I mean, is there a legal problem if we do it?
Well, it's just the public's been noticed that it starts at 2.
Okay. Okay, why don't I do this? The members, if it's okay, if there's no objection from the members, I'm going to temporarily defer this. I'm going to go to executive session, then we'll come back. Maybe we can convene as the trustees, discuss this as trustees. Then I'll recess the trustees and come back and take this resolution. Is that okay with the membership? Yes, what's happened is the 2 o'clock Kapiolani Trust agenda has this for discussion, and then we can immediately adjourn that and come right back to the Executive Matters Committee and dispose of this resolution. Is that acceptable to everybody? Okay, with that said, we have reached temporarily the end of our agenda. Members, before convening into executive session, is there anyone wishing to testify on any of the items for executive session? Please come to the table and state your name for the record. Seeing no testifiers, without objection, the committee convenes into a closed meeting pursuant to wired by statutes, sections 92-4 and 92-5A4, to consult with its attorneys on questions and issues pertaining to the powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and/or liabilities of the city, the council, and its committees on these matters. Noting 2/3 of members present and all objections, seeing no objections. And just a reminder, members, do not leave after executive session. I need all of you back here to discuss this resolution. We are convened in executive session. Thank you.